Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day thus far. Before we jump on into it, this is your reminder. Tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. Take what resonates, leave what does not. There is nuance to every conversation, so keep that in mind throughout the reading. I am not speaking in absolutes. With that being said, you guys, welcome to Why Are You Still Single? When is that changing? We have group number 1 with the 3 of Swords, group number 2 with our Moon, group number 3 with our beautiful Pillar, and group 4 with the 8 of Swords. If you guys do need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now. And if you would like to pick more than one, my recommendation for this particular reading is that you don't. With that being said, once you pick your pile, you can check out the description box where I have left you timestamps for when your reading will start. And with that, everybody, I will meet you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. We are going to go ahead and get started. I'm not sure where the dice are, you guys. I feel like whenever I'm coming off my personal readings, I misplace the dice. So sorry about that, but we're going to get some astrology cards for you. Can I please... Okay, we have the Moon here, so Cancer. We have the South Node, which is talking about life's debts, things that we are evolving past. We have Leo. So we have yin and yang energy showing up with the Moon and showing up with Leo. Why? Leo is connected to the sun, and obviously the Moon showing up, yin, yang, dark, light, the two luminaries. So for those of you who are watching, it's very possible that you are a Cancer Sun Moon Rising, a Leo Sun Moon Rising. Maybe potentially your Venus sign is in Leo or Cancer. Now, what I will say with this, you guys, in regards to why are you still single and when is that going to change? What I'm taking from the Moon being here and the North Node, or I'm sorry, the South Node, I do feel like there may be something emotionally that we have to release or move on from prior to us being able to be ready to be in a relationship, or prior to us being in a good condition to be with the person that we are supposed to be with next, right? So for some of you, that could be a past relationship that you have to emotionally or mentally heal from or move on from. For others of you, this is going to be perhaps something internally that you have envisioned for yourself or your life that you have to let go of. Maybe a perspective that you have to change, okay? Or evolve from. Now this does not mean, you guys, right, that we're settling. This does not mean that we have to accept less than what we want. But I do believe that sometimes it is very helpful to kind of take a step back from, you know, your own perspective and zoom out and try to understand, like, okay, why am I not attracting the type of person I want to attract? Or why am I still having a hard time letting go of my past relationship? Is there anything I can do to change these things? Is there any lesson here for me to learn? So with that, let's go ahead and continue. Can I please get a message for group number 1? We have old school. This is outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Okay. So I, again, want to be very clear to all of you who are listening to this. You are not, I think it's, ooh, I was going to word that quite aggressively. I think it's really weird behavior to ever tell another person that they need to change their expectations in life, or they need to change the way that they do this or do that, or what they want out of a partner. I just think it's weird to do that. However, in the same breath, I do think that sometimes it can be helpful and beneficial for you as an individual to take a step back and say, hey, why do I believe the things that I believe? Why am I looking for love in the places I'm looking for love? Why do I have the standards that I have? Not, again, saying that you have to change them, but questioning why they are there or understanding why they are there. For some of you, there may be some outdated belief systems around love or around relationships that are holding you back. That could be as simple as like, I don't want to go on a dating app. I want to meet organically. I understand people's reasoning for this. I think it's very reasonable to say I want to meet somebody organically or out in the wild. But I also think that sometimes if there is that like a lack of ability to if you're not dating anybody, right? If you have been single for years and years and years and years, I think it's incredibly helpful to cast a wide net, okay? I think it's incredibly helpful to put yourself out there in every possible way. And you shouldn't allow, again, perhaps outdated ideas or outdated thinking to get in your way of finding somebody. So with that being said, we will move on to addiction. This is codependent obsession, restraint, possession and control, emotional block. Like I was talking about with the South Node and the moon being here, you guys, there may be an emotional block that is taking place for some of you. The positive thing about this emotional block is it's on us to fix it, right? So like you are fully and totally capable of getting out. Oh no. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. My mic was not on that entire time, so I'm sure the first 4 minutes sound like trash. I apologize. Sincerely, wholeheartedly, I apologize. I'm very sleepy. It's like Friday after work. I'm ready to go take a little bubble bath and relax. So I am so sorry. But like I was trying to say, with the addiction and the South Node and the moon being here, I am reading that as essentially, again, something emotionally that we have to release or let go of. And the positive thing about that is the fact that we are in control. We have the ability to say, yeah, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on my emotional blockages, or I'm going to work on, you know, still trying to grieve my past relationship or my ex. I also do feel like sometimes it's hard when you have been in love, for those of you who have been in love, to open yourself up to that again, because, right, perhaps you recognize the pain or the risk that comes with that. I also think it can be scary because a part of us perhaps may still have this like, oh, I'm looking for this past person and new people and I'm not finding them, right? So working on emotional blockages, I think, may be really beneficial. We also have healthy choices. This is self-love, self-care, being happier, and love life. People hate, and not everybody, right? So many of you are so positive and kind and lovely, but there's a handful of people who stumble across my videos who hate when self-love comes up. And it's always so funny to me because I'm like, if the worst thing that you hear is that you should love yourself more, then like, I don't, I don't freaking know. This is beautiful because this is saying like putting love into yourself is going to put you in a better position to find a loving partner, right? The better you are, the healthier you are, the better partner you'll be able to attract, the healthier partner you'll be able to attract, you guys. And if there's one thing I have learned in life, it truly is that we attract what we reflect. And I know, like, right, like that sounds like, no, like there are good people who attract bad things, or there are bad people who attract good things, and this and that and yada yada. Sure, nuance to every conversation again. But for the most part, you attract what you are. So be in a position where you are putting love and energy into yourself, because then you are going to attract a healthy partner who wants to put energy into you and love on you just the way that you do. And then the last one we have from this is seduction. This is attraction, teasing, hooking up in a date, third party, temptation. So this is very sensual energy. I feel uncomfortable talking about this, you guys, simply because I don't think that it is my place or anybody else's place to tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do with their body. I can only share you my own personal feelings on this, right? Like for me, when it comes to dating or when it comes to getting to know somebody new, I am not very open physically. I am not the type of person to engage physically with somebody until there is a commitment in place or until that person has proven themselves to me. That's just me, right? Like for you, engaging in this could be something that feels fun and enjoyable and like yada yada. What I will say is your physical energy or your physical desires may be something that we have to readdress or take a second look at when it comes to finding a partner. And again, that's not to tell you this way or that way. That is just to say that this may need to be reevaluated moving forward when it comes to dating. Okay. Can I please get another message? We have sorrow. This is loss, grief and depression. And then we have hopeless. This is sinking, despair, falling apart. My question to you guys, group number 1, would be, do you feel like you have a negative view on love? Do you feel like you have a hopeless view on love? If you do, I can completely and totally understand how you've gotten there. However, I do think in order to experience more positive things in your love life, I do think you're gonna have to try to turn this around. Now, for those of you where you're like, I haven't had negative experiences with love, I haven't experienced a relationship, or I haven't had anything that felt secure or solid. If there's any negativity around love, around the prospect of love or relationships, I want you to, again, you don't need to solve everything all in one day, but like just making sure that you're staying on top of it emotionally and addressing perhaps your perspective on love and relationships. Okay. Now I think I want to go ahead and get some tarot. Why is group number 1 still single? Oh, okay. I also want to say this, guys, right? It's, I think, really difficult to attract somebody who's like healthy and positive to be around if you are in an unhealthy state of mind, right? It's really difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult. Why? Because most people want to be around other people that are like happy and enjoyable to be around, right? And like positive. So it's not to shame you if you are going through a hard time. It's just to say that, again, pouring into yourself, being happier is going to play a productive role in you meeting this person. I also want to say, you guys, that it's okay if this takes some time. It's okay if you can't like experience happiness right now, or if you're still working on your mental health. I also want to say that you are still lovable and you're still deserving of love, even if you are going through this difficult time emotionally or mentally. We have the 4 of Wands here. We have the 9 of Coins. The 4 of Wands is indicating something to celebrate. The 9 of Coins is indicating something really valuable. So what that's telling me is we have all these emotional blockages or hurdles that we are going to be crossing. We are addressing our sorrow. We are addressing perhaps our unhealthy attachment to relationships or love. In doing that, again, I do believe you are going to be with somebody who is of quality. You are going to be with somebody who is worth being with. We have the 3 of Swords. This is sorrow showing up again. We have the 5 of Coins. I do think there may be a fear of loneliness that's showing up for some of you. And I just want to be clear that like, it's valid to not want to be alone. It's valid to say like, I want a partnership. I want somebody that I can spend my life with. Having these desires are very human, normal, natural. I think the best way for you guys to find a partner is going to be pouring into yourself. It's going to be evaluating your perspective on love and relationships. It's going to be perhaps evaluating your previous relationship and figuring out how it is that you can release that connection, or how it is that you can emotionally, mentally move on from that connection. I want to go ahead and get a timeline for you now. Can we please get a timeline for group? We have June, which June is right around the corner. All right, fantastic. Let's get one more timeline. All right, can I get one more time at dawn? One more timeline in the spring. So spring comes, obviously, you guys, like after winter. Spring is representing a new beginning, refreshment after the cold, right? Things starting to warm up and come alive again. So I do feel for you guys, group number 1, that in spring is representing like the resurrection of your love life, the resurrection of believing in love again, the resurrection of wanting to put yourself out there. So I think essentially the message for you guys, the reason you are still single is some of you are still holding on to past relationships or past romantic events that perhaps were really difficult to experience. And for others of you, this is your concept of love. This is your concept of like, there was somebody that used to comment on my videos all the time. I don't think that they watch me anymore, so I feel fine saying this, but they used to comment on my videos all the time like, I am not going to be with somebody who doesn't have blue eyes. This person was quite significantly older and single for a very significant period of time, which is totally like okay and understandable to like, you know, have your preferences. But at the same time, it comes to a point where it's like, is love important to you, or is the physicality of the person you want to be with having blue eyes important to you? Again, everyone's allowed to have types. Everyone's allowed to have preferences. But love is not a physical attribute, right? Love is not our bodies. Love is something that is deeper than that. Love is something that is untangible. So it's not, again, this message isn't to say you need to change your type or you need to change what you want out of a romantic partner. But I do think you need to be aware that if you are gonna have a rigid, like, I have to meet somebody out in the wild and they have to be this tall and have this kind of job and be able to provide this or look like this, you are putting yourself in a position where it's going to perhaps take a little bit longer for you to find that person than if you are someone who's like, yeah, like, I would prefer to meet someone in nature, but I'm also gonna like see what's online, or I'm gonna open myself up to this, or I'm willing to be flexible here or there. Again, not lowering our standards, but looking at our approach to love in a different perspective and perhaps approaching it with more openness. So with that being said, all in all, group number one, I do believe you guys are going to be finding a quality person. It's going to depend on where you are at on your journey as far as like self-love goes, being happier, working through, again, perhaps emotional blockages you may be experiencing. So yeah, that is everything I have for you guys, group number one. Thank you so very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I really do appreciate it. I'm sending you guys so much love, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group number two. Welcome to your guys' reading. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are going to start off with our zodiac die. The other dice is under my table, guys, and I'm not going to get up and get it. So here we are with Gemini. Here we are with Libra, Virgo, and Libra again. Hello, hello. Okay. With that being said, why is group number two still single? Oh, okay. Can I speak bluntly with you guys, group number two, without anyone taking offense? Fourth house of roots being here is very much automatically like, oh, there are issues within the family, or there were issues in your childhood, either with your parents or perhaps relationships that you witnessed growing up that has put you in a position now where perhaps you're hesitant to get in a relationship, or perhaps you have really high standards, or perhaps you have certain things that you are working through mentally, emotionally. But the root showing up is telling me the reason you are single has to do either with your childhood or your home living environment. For some of you, you could be in between living situations, like, right, maybe you live in one city, but you are currently in the process of trying to relocate. So you're single because you're like, I'm not going to date while I'm in the process of trying to relocate. Saturn showing up is telling me that you guys are single because there is more growth that will take place prior to you meeting your next partner. Now, especially, this is going to especially apply to those of you who are under the age of 27. This is especially going to apply for those of you who are 18, 19, 20. This is 100% saying like there's a little bit more growth that you are going to experience prior to you meeting your next person. And in the meantime, honestly, guys, like just take in the lessons that you're receiving, have fun, look at life as an adventure, as a journey that you're excited to embark on. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to invoke the energy of Saturn and invoke the energy of maturity in your life right now. Again, especially if you are 18, 19, 20, just please have fun. For everybody else, Neptune showing up here is talking about, honestly, this is very much a difficult energy for me to penetrate because to describe Neptune is like trying to describe a Pisces. I feel like in trying to describe it, the actual meaning gets lost. So this is spirituality. This is our dreams. This is representing a very like whimsy, woo-woo type of energy. Now, the word on this card obviously says sacrifice. And what I take from that essentially is potentially there being a need for something to be sacrificed prior to you meeting, again, this next person you're going to be in a relationship with. Now, that sacrifice could be you're moving houses or you're moving apartments or flats or whatever. That sacrifice could be that you are going from one job to another and you meet this person through this job switch. Neptune essentially is like unexpected things occurring or things that we aren't necessarily anticipating on happening. And that plays a role in how you are meeting this person. Okay, with that, give me 1 second, group 2. I'm so sorry. I am trying to prevent a catastrophe. All right. Can I please have, okay, so that makes me feel a lot better that we have obscurity here because that is very much the Neptune energy. So secrets, mysteries, concealing. There's an aspect to the reason as to why you are single being kept a secret, right? Like you are meant to be a little bit in the dark with this, which with the obscurity, it kind of makes me feel one of two things. Number one, you guys may just not be ready to hear the reason as to why you're single. I don't think that's the vast majority of you. I think the vast majority of you are in a position where you're not doing anything wrong. Like it's not you, it's just the season of life that you are in. Okay, we also have perspective. This is better off, happiness, and a clear headspace. We have a second chance. This is reconciliation, making amends, and an opportunity. And then we have silence, frozen, no words, and a stone wall. So everything I'm taking from this, essentially, it feels to me like you guys are single or in this season of life, you're not in a relationship because this is what's best for you right now. This is, right, like you're better off in the position that you are in. So, and obviously with a second chance for some of you, that could be essentially trying to say that there is a potential second chance that you will be experiencing in your love life. And perhaps right now it's not the right time to experience that second chance. So can I have, we have mirror, mirroring each other, self-reflection, introspection, inner wounds. The inner wounds going back to our childhood or going back to the home, referencing an issue with the root or an issue with our living environment. We have a mask. This is hiding true feelings, pretending and delude, gaslight, and personify. So the mask is asking us to be more open. The mask is asking us to be more authentic or to live more authentically within how it is that we truly feel. All right. We have chaser. So a fear of abandonment, chasing codependencies. I always say this, you guys, when you chase after a person, an animal, something that you are wanting energetically, oftentimes the result you are going to get is that person or that animal is going to run away from you, because that is like what's built in us. That is a very much like caveman leftover. What am I trying to say? Caveman primal. Why was that such a struggle? That's a very primal reaction, right? To run from something that is chasing you. So understand, guys, that again, it is within your best interest to enjoy where you are at right now. The right person is going to find you at the right time. That is what I'm taking from the chaser. Like the right person is going to find you at the right time. You're not going to have to chase the person that you're meant to be with. You're not going to have to try to convince the person that you're meant to be with that they should be with you, right? They're going to want to be with you. Can I please get a beautiful message for group? And then we've got picture. So this is look at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. Okay, so again, there are some of you here where you have ended a relationship and this relationship is going to be revisited. Now, I'm not the type of tarot reader, you guys, who enjoys saying this. I really don't. I get really hesitant when things like this show up because I do know that oftentimes people use tarot or oracles to confirm that they should go back to somebody who cheated on them, or they should confirm to go back, or it's confirmation to go back to somebody who's hurt them. And I am never going to be the one to tell you that that's okay. So if you have an ex, when you guys ended on good terms, or you guys ended on terms that weren't abusive or terms that weren't cheating, then there's a potential reconciliation. If you have been physically, mentally, or emotionally hurt by this person, I'm not going to tell you that that is a wise thing to do. So with the picture, there is somebody missing you, somebody who is nostalgic, somebody who wants to perhaps revisit the relationship. And maybe right now they're not ready to do that, right? So that could be why you're still single. This person needs time to grow. This person needs time to evolve. And okay. So we have the moon here, guys. I don't know why this is such a big message for you guys, group 2, but there are reasons that you are single that you are not privy to and that the cards are not going to tell you, okay? There are reasons that why you are single that you either are not capable of digesting or hearing right now, or again, like you are meant to be in the dark for a reason. This is either you are choosing to be in the dark or you're meant to be in the dark. Regardless, the answers you are seeking, why you are still single, I do think for the most part, they are very much in this moon energy of things not being 100% clear. Now we have the 9 of Cups. This is talking about being really happy, receiving some type of wish fulfillment, getting something that we have really wanted. We have the Ace of Cups, which is talking about an emotional reaction that is quite strong. We have the Lovers, 2 people who love each other, joining together in union. And we have the 8 of Wands, which is representing something really fast taking place. Okay. All right, we will go ahead now, you guys, and get a timeline for you. Can I please get a message for group number 2 on when their singleness is going to change? Indecision is causing delays next winter. Let's get one more. February. Okay. So that is everything that I have for you guys, group number 2. Ultimately, what is the message? Why are you still single, group 2? A part of that message is, again, or a part of the reasoning is going to be hidden from you. Whether you're not ready to receive this information or whether you are meant to be in the dark because it's beneficial for your love life, I don't know, but there's an aspect of this that is hidden from us. What I can say is, especially for those of you who are younger, there's still maturing to do. There are still things that you're supposed to experience, which is why you are still currently single. For others of you, your singleness has a lot to do with either your living environment or, again, perhaps witnessing more difficult things regarding love in your childhood. For others of you, it's this chaser mentality of like wanting to be loved and accepted by somebody who's perhaps ignoring you or ghosting you or not giving you clarity or not giving you commitment. It's important that if you are in this chaser energy that you pull back and you put that energy back into yourself. For others of you, okay, it is a matter of hiding what you really feel or what you really want. So it's important to be authentic to who you are and what you want. Again, not becoming a chaser, but also not trying to hide or mask or become avoidant. So this message was a little all over the place, group 2. I do apologize about that. I'm assuming a lot of people were attracted to group 2, but regardless, that is what I have for you. I hope it was helpful. I'm sending you love, and that is all I've got. So bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. We have Taurus, we have Virgo, and we have Pisces. We're gonna do one more. We have Scorpio as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, you guys, if you're new here, the dice are extra. It's dessert. If your sign didn't pop up, it's really not that big of a deal. The main message is within the cards. As always, if you guys want a personal reading, the first of every month is when I restock. So, okay. Stability. Oh, okay. One more. Why is group number 3 still single? Okay. Okay, group 3. So if you picked group 3, you are on the right path. If you picked group 3, I believe you are exactly where you need to be. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really think you guys need this reading because I think that everything you're doing makes sense and it's not an issue with anything that you need to work on or blockages or anything like that. It's more so that the supply or the inventory that you guys are dealing with is perhaps not meeting your standards. And what I mean by that is, right, we have the air element of communication. You are requiring that your partner is a good communicator, which is very reasonable. Earth element of stability. You guys yourselves are stable. If you were attracted to group 3 and you're not stable, my friend, there's another pile out there for you. This is probably not your pile. But if you are someone who's very stable, you are requiring your partner to also be stable. Uranus, genius. Now, yes, group 3, it very well may be the case that you guys are geniuses and you guys are really intelligent. So you want somebody who's also really intelligent. However, Uranus talks about chaos. Uranus talks about things being a little bit hectic, a little bit crazy. Now, in my humble opinion, I don't see this as negative energy. I'm seeing this as your lives being full and busy and, you know, you have things going on for yourself. So it makes sense that you're like, I need to find somebody, or I require somebody who can fit into my life. I require somebody who is going to make things easier for me and not more difficult. Because your life is already so full and beautiful that you don't need somebody who's just going to make you cry or bring more stress into your life, right? So the North Node is talking about like purpose. I do think for a lot of you who are attracted to group number 3, perhaps your work is something that is really important to you, or what you're studying is really important to you. So that's taking like first and foremost, like top spot in your life right now. It's also possible that for those of you who picked pile 3, that you're in this headspace of like, I don't want to waste my time on a loser. I don't want to waste my time on somebody that I'm going to date for 6 months and then like not have any communication with them for the rest of my life. I want to be with somebody who is going to walk this journey with me. I want to build something that is long lasting. Okay. Very reasonable things here, group number 3. Can I please get, all right, okay, yeah, see, this is kind of just saying like you're gonna have to wait, like the time is gonna happen when it's gonna happen. Needing time, cycles, takes time to heal and progressing. Okay. Can I get Swords and Rose? This is clarity, truth, revelations, honor, and protection, determination. Right, and what do I think you guys are determined about, group 3? I think you're determined to find somebody who's a good communicator, who's stable, and who's adding purpose or adding positivity into your life, right? Somebody who's honest, somebody who's truthful. Okay, can I please get a message? Key on a ring. Oh, many options, unconventional, one night stand, stringing along. For some of you who picked pile 3, it's very possible that you do have many options and you're kind of like, nobody is really that interesting, or nobody is genuinely making me believe that I can build a future with them. So perhaps the options that you do have, again, are just simply not the options that you desire, or not the options that you feel like are going to be something that's sustainable. Okay, can I, oh, okay. That was way more than I wanted, but that is okay. We have the butterfly. This is evolving, growth, next phase, healing your inner child, releasing the past. You guys have done the work, group 3. You guys have done the work, and you are, again, requiring that the person you are with also has done the work. We have twin flame. This is yin, yang, balance, union, duality, complement, polar opposites. So you're looking for somebody to complement your life, not complicate your life. We have camera. This is reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, and perception. and self-indulgence. So you are aware of your self-worth. You have done the healing, right? Time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. I believe you guys have done these things. You guys have put in the time, the energy to heal. Reminiscing showing up is interesting to me. I'm not sure if there's like perhaps a little bit of residual anger or residual negative feelings on past experiences. It's also just possible that you have learned from your past and you are determined to not make the same mistakes again. So that is very, very possible. Let's go ahead and get a bit more. We have past life. This is deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. We have conflicted decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. This is the second time that multiple choices has shown up. So that is making me believe for you guys, group 3, that you have multiple choices and you just haven't found somebody who is really impressing you the way that you need to be impressed, or really standing out in a way where you're like, I feel like I can build a future with this person. We have influences. This is attachments, third parties, and peers. We have family, fertility, parenthood, and pregnancy. And then we have mistakes. This is misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. So here's the thing. This group specifically is feeling quite mature to me. And I do feel like you guys have grown past, right? Like wanting to fix somebody or wanting to save somebody who's lost. I feel like you guys are very much in this headspace of like, if you, again, aren't bringing positivity or something of value into my life, I don't have the time for you. I don't have the time to like indulge in this relationship. It's something that I don't have room for, which is, again, very reasonable. Ultimately, group 3, I believe that you guys are going to be in a position of remaining single until you just meet somebody who is, again, going to be ultra special. And maybe that's going to require you guys to go to a different city or expand outside of your like local area. But I really feel like this is more so just on the fact that like you just haven't found the right person. And you're not willing to sway on what you want or what you deserve. And ultimately, group 3, I really think you guys are just requiring somebody to meet you where you are. Okay. So we have the pillar. We have the 2 of coins, the Sovereign of Swords, 10 of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the 9 of Wands. Okay. So the pillar is, I believe this is the Empress. No, this is the High Priestess. So with the pillar showing up, that is telling me, again, that there is wisdom here within you to the point where you're just like, look, if I'm going to be with somebody, it's going to have to make sense. And you're not necessarily looking at love from a like juvenile perspective. Okay. This is a mature way of looking at love, understanding, yes, there's good and bad in everybody. Nobody's perfect. But at the same time, like at the bare minimum, I think I should be with somebody who is meeting me at my level, which is fair. 2 of coins. This is, again, having a very full life and trying to find balance. So for some of you, I think an issue that you can tweak or work on could be making more time in your life to find love or to put yourself out there. But for the most part, again, with the 2 of coins, I'm taking this as being in a position where you're just looking for your equal. You're just looking for your equal and that's it. Like you're not wanting to have to parent anybody. You're not wanting to have to feel like you have to do all the work in the relationship or put in the most effort. You just want somebody who can meet you where you are at. We have the Sovereign of Swords. This is independence. So ultimately, group 3, if you were attracted to this pile, I'm assuming that you are somebody who is naturally very independent and you are okay with that. You are okay with being independent. You are okay with doing things on your own. The 10 of Swords, this is representing essentially an ending, a tragic ending. We also have the 9 of Wands, which makes me feel like you have your guard up. I believe that this is being done in an appropriate manner based on everything else that I'm seeing. So it's like, yes, your guard is up, but within reason. And the Ace of Wands is talking about essentially the energy of like rebirth or spring, starting over, potential in something new. Okay. So again, group 3, I really don't see anything wrong with what you guys are doing. I don't think there's anything that you can necessarily improve upon. Minus, again, those of you who have a really heavy or busy work schedule, perhaps opening yourself up to a little bit more free time so that you can indulge in your dating life. For others of you, this is just a matter of finding the right person. Sure. With that being said, can I get a message on when group 3 is meeting their person? We have in January. Beautiful. When is group 3 meeting their person? Time will bring a surprise. Okay, give it time. It's in the works. So I'm reading this as like your package is being shipped. Okay, your package is being shipped. Don't worry. It's in the works. Give it some time. So I love that for you guys at group number 3. And for some of you, you are meeting this person in January, which to me makes sense with the Ace of Wands being here. Because like I said, the Ace of Wands is talking about a new beginning. Obviously January for the majority of the world, this is right, the new year. So with that being said, that is all I have for you guys. Group number 3, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I am keeping my fingers crossed for you that you meet this person at the perfect time. Keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. And that is all I've got. So bye. Hello to my final group, group number 4. We're going to start off, as always, with our dice. We have Capricorn, Sagittarius, Gemini, and Aries. Hello, everybody. I feel like that's a nice mix of signs. If you're new here, the dice are extra. It's dessert. If your sign did not pop up, that's completely okay. Can I please get a message? Why is group number 4 still single? Why is group... Ooh, okay. So I'm going to put these 2 back, you guys, because that was 100% just me dropping the cards. But we have Libra. We have the Black Moon Lilith. And we have Venus here. Now, but like honestly, group 4, you're still single because you're beautiful, because you are beauty, you are grace, you are charm. I don't know, like this is quite positive energy. I guess where we can start is the Black Moon Lilith, right? The Black Moon Lilith is oftentimes an area of life where we are rejected by society. Okay, so not to hype you guys up too much, group 4, but this, your beauty, your grace, you are divine. Libra is connected to the 7th house. This is oftentimes associated with beauty, with love, with having really harmonious features, with fairness and being balanced. Venus, our planet of beauty, love, abundance, also again, really positive. And then we have the Black Moon Lilith, which I do believe for you guys, group number 4, that this is where you are having your issue. So everybody pause the video, pull up your birth chart. If you don't know where Black Moon Lilith is, I think it may be helpful for you in this reading to understand where it is. My Black Moon Lilith is in my 1st house. I believe that the way that this has manifested for me in my life is oftentimes people tend to hyper place adult energy on me, even as a child. When I say adult energy, guys, I'm trying to avoid wording that isn't appropriate for YouTube. So lustful energy, maybe we'll say that, lustful energy on me. I also believe that this is representing, right, again, where you're being rejected in your life. So, right, maybe you're physically rejected if it's in your 1st house. Maybe perhaps financially, you feel like there is some type of rejection if it's in your 2nd house. Maybe people don't want to hear what you have to say if it's in your 3rd house, right? This is oftentimes as well where we have a lot of our untamable power, okay? So the Black Moon Lilith is representing all these different types of things, the way people perceive us, the way people treat us, but also where it is that we have wild energy, where it is that we have our most pure, feminine, untamable energy. So what I'm assuming is, again, those of you who picked pile 4, you are really beautiful or attractive. You are a balanced person. You are a nice person, a charming person. But because of that, you may attract individuals who are very much drawn to like lustful energy, or people who perhaps don't have the best intentions are attracted to you. Not saying that good people aren't attracted to you, but your beauty, your grace, what you are is attracting a wide variety of people, which I think has led you to experience perhaps more negative experiences within your love life because, like beautiful women, attractive men, oftentimes like you experience the worst of humanity. Oftentimes you experience the worst of people just because there is such a wide variety of individuals that are attracted to you. And people who base like love, romance on just physicality, or where they are hyper focused on just like, oh, my girlfriend is so beautiful, my boyfriend is so handsome, right? If that's the main priority or the main thing that's standing out about you or why your partner has chosen you, oftentimes there is somebody more beautiful or there's somebody more attractive. So this is going to likely be a person who just has like lustful desires or lustful energy, and their focus is on obtaining beauty. And unfortunately, right, like that is an unquenchable thirst. So that may be what's going on for you guys. Let's continue. Can I please get a message? So there is somebody missing you, craving you, and desiring you. We have distance, it's a separation, space, blockage, releasing, letting go, moving on, walking away, and broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Like I said, oftentimes the most beautiful people in my life that I know have experienced the worst of men or the worst of women, just because they are such a bright light and they do attract such a wide variety of individuals that they tend to have a hard time discerning between those who have good intentions and those who don't. What I will say with this group number 4 is I do believe partially you guys are single because you have experienced, again, the worst of human. I also believe for some of you, there is this energy of like needing to let go, needing to walk away or move on from someone. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and get a little bit more. Why is group? Why is group? We have karmic relationships. This is resentment, triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. This is exactly what I just said. I believe that you guys, group 4, have experienced karmic relationships. It makes sense that you wouldn't want to hop into another relationship immediately, or that you would be more cautious getting into another relationship. We have death. This is the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform. What is dead is dead. So a lot of you who picked pile 4, you are still working on, again, what is dead and allowing that to be what it is. We have the ship. This is cutting ties, moving on, receiving what you need, progression and arriving. So that is, right, the progression of moving on. Can we get, you have the snake, competition and enemy, the other woman looking over your shoulders. I hope that I'm wording this correctly, you guys. I'm not wanting to be like rude or offensive or make you guys feel uncomfortable, but quite literally, I do feel the reason you are still single is because you have all these amazing qualities, is because you're a good person, it's because you're attractive. That, right, you are very much like a light in the dark. So you are attracting a lot of attention to yourself. And if that's not you, my dear, you have picked the wrong pile. But if that is you, the reason you are single is because, again, you're not wanting to experience this karmic situation again. You're not wanting to attract somebody who's with you for surface level reasons. You're not wanting to attract somebody who's lustful and just looking for the next thing, which makes sense. So essentially, the reason you're single is because you are in the process of utilizing your discernment. Now, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get some tarot cards. Can I get a message for group? Five of Wands. This is talking about passion. This is talking about competition. Temperance is a recognition that we have to adjust in order to experience more harmony. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is representing a feeling of being trapped. And I want to say this again, if you are a really beautiful woman or a really handsome man, I want you to know that you are not stuck and that your attractiveness, your beauty is not hindering you. This is a really easy solution. The solution is to take your next relationship really, really slow. The solution is to use your discernment and to understand that the person that is going to love you the way that you deserve to be loved is going to be a person who perhaps isn't naturally like just drawn to the next pretty thing, right? This is going to be somebody who is perhaps a little bit more soft-spoken, a little bit more reserved, somebody who has a kind and good heart, somebody who's not boastful or arrogant, someone who's not cocky, right? So you are not stuck in this, and you need to know that you are not stuck in this cycle. But the Eight of Swords is essentially talking about our hands being tied and feeling like we cannot move. The Ruler of Coins talking about stability, happiness, financial security. And we have this anchor. So you guys are going to require a partner that is strong. You guys are going to require a partner that is sure of who it is that they are. You guys are going to require a partner that is mature. So that is why you are still single, is because, again, you are all these amazing things. And unfortunately, that has attracted individuals who perhaps don't have the best intentions. And moving forward, I do believe that you are going to have more walls up. I do believe you are going to choose to take relationships a little bit more slow, and you will find this anchor. You will find the person who's going to be able to show up for you, be consistent, be genuine, kind, loving, love you for more than just what you are representing on a physical level. Can I have a timeline for group number 4 within 3 years? All right, one more timeline deck. Can I get a message for group number 4? Okay. So this is a wide timeline, you guys. We have September and we have March. So we have the beginning of fall and the beginning of spring showing up within the next 3 years. So that is our timeline, group 4. I do hope that this message was helpful. I want you guys to understand that you are not the problem, group number 4. You are beautiful. You are worthy of love. You are going to find love. I believe, again, it's just going to take a little bit of time to find this person who is capable of seeing more than just, again, like the outer surface layer, somebody who is intentional and mature and willing to love you, again, the way that you deserve to be loved, and not just in a surface level fleeting way. With that being said, I do hope that this message was helpful, group 4. Thank you so very much for allowing me to do this reading for you. I hope that you got something from it. I'm sending you love, and that is all I've got. So, bye.